Right, folks. Not a very good display from the Foxes yesterday. Totally got battered. They were pulled out of shape so much they looked like a old worn out jumper. But before that, I just want to make a little comment. I was on Twitter. I didn't want to do this after the game last night. It was basically too late. It's whatever. Even if Leicester had won, I wouldn't have done it straight away. I'd have done it this morning. But I just want to make a comment first. I've been going through Twitter, seeing match reports and fans' reactions and stuff. And I just want to say, what the Leicester fans that held up the logo of the sun to Liverpool fans. I love banter at football. I love the sarcasm. I love, the things about the empty seats at Man City, the banter, even like with opposition fans having a go at Vardy and Rebecca. I never ever want that to be stopped, right? Because that is what makes football. Singing about opposition fans and all that. But holding up the Sun logo after Hillsborough, and especially what the Sun did, is just a complete fucking no-no. I love banter. I love it. I love taking it to the extreme. But we should all know when there's a point that you don't cross. We're all football fans, right? Well, anybody who watches this is hopefully a football fan. And the love of the sport and the love of the game and the camaraderie and the get-together and the territorial area of the country, right? That is what makes football fans, right? But there is a certain time in football when we should all come together as one, right? We at Leicester felt it when the chairman died in the crash, right? Now, I know that there is still probably some fans out there who take the piss or have a go, and it's just something you don't do. It's like them two fucking idiots at Southampton who did the plane thing after that player got killed at Cardiff. What are you fucking thinking of? What are you doing? There's no need for it. Banter is absolutely brilliant. But there is sometimes when you've just got to say, that's enough, right? And the holding up the sun thing is bang out of line. Right, on to the football. And let's face it, Liverpool certainly gave us a lesson. It makes a bit of a mockery of this thing where players are overplayed at Christmas time. Because what's happened is, Liverpool have been really, really successful. Look, Klopp has brought them on leaps and bounds. And they've won the European Cup, as we all know, for the 6th time. So they get to play in that World Club Championship. And the fuckers have only gone out there and won it. So they've flown like thousands and thousands and thousands of miles. Granted, they put out a reserve team against Villa in the Cup. The Carabao Cup. They've been out there, they've played 2 games, they've come back, they've flown, they've had a rest as such, but they've come here and they've not just beat Leicester, they've absolutely battered the 2nd team in the league. Now, it's all down to the fact that probably Leicester are overachieving. They were way ahead of where Rodgers wants them to be. And that's fair enough. But, Liverpool were dominating or were taking control of the game right from the first couple of minutes, really. And he should have scored that goal. He should have scored it, and I don't know what the fuck were going off. It was great to see Pratt starting. I rated him, but then he got fucking dragged. But I think this was more down to the fact that Liverpool just wanted it more than anything. Around the 10 minutes mark, Leicester were looking all right as such. They were knocking it about after they got that first couple of minutes where Manny nearly scored and whatever. But then they started to look all right, and then also it all seemed to go wrong when Schmeichel he kicked the fucking ball out. There were times when he was kicking the ball out, or we were passing the ball short, like Rodgers likes us to play the football. And Liverpool were shutting us down. They were coming on to us. They weren't giving us any time and space. Tielemans were losing it time and time again. And Didier got caught out because there was. I don't know. I can say what I see, as the old catchphrase goes, but it's not my job to sort it out. But I can give an opinion. And we were just being too far deep. We were just too deep. We were giving Liverpool too much respect. I watched it on Amazon, and I do love it on Amazon, to be fair, because you can pick the games and everything, and I think that's the future. I'd rather watch Amazon than fucking Sly Sports, that I would, to be fair. You couldn't really see what shape we were playing. And we just looked a bit out of kilter and just out of shape and all sorts. I mean, there was one time I've gone through my notes again, folks. Around the 14th minute mark, I think it was Chilwell. He took a throw and did his chest. And what the fuck are you going to do? What is he going to do up there? It's Premier League football. You're playing Liverpool. They're shutting you down, and he's throwing it at his fucking chest. So there's 2 seconds. By the time it's got to his chest, Liverpool's read it and they're there on top of it. He's got to then get it down, under control, look up and pass. It ain't going to fucking happen, son. This is basics. When we used to play, you know, you want the ball to your feet as such, unless you've actually got the time to do it. And you've got to be aware, Chilwell's a fucking £80 million, alleged £80 million fucking international fullback. Well, he's far from fucking £80 million, and he's far from being a fucking international fullback. Because if he plays for Leicester like he has been doing for the last few games, fucking England fans will hound him out. Hold on, I need a drink. Oh shit, I've got no drink in there. It's all in the garage. So he'll get fucking hounded out. Now, Evans were looking okay again, Soyuncu, but they were getting stretched and pressed and stuff, and they weren't being able to play the game. So here we go. There's just not a lot of really I can say positive things about Leicester. It's basically all how well Liverpool played. There was one bit where the ball, Firmino, the goal, that's it, that was the goal. See, there's another thing with Chilwell. And it sounds like I'm having a go at him. And in theory I am, because, you know, you watch them on Instagram, you watch them on fucking Twitter and all that kind of thing, and they're all there doing the pictures and it's all like they're all modelled and stuff. But if you're going to do that kind of stuff, let's play the fucking game right, let's make it worth it. And he played them all onside. That was a fucking excellent ball that went through and Firmino scored. It was fucking class ball. But Chilwell were just too far behind. I don't understand what's going wrong with Leicester at the moment. Earlier on, they were all playing really well. Everything was a set, everything was moving. They were all as one. And at the moment, I don't know if it's just because we struggled against Norwich, we struggled against fucking Everton, where we got that bloody Iheanacho goal at the end. And then it's just seemed to have gradually got worse. Now, I hope this is just a learning curve for Rodgers and Leicester, and we're just going to take it on the chin and we're going to build from it. But I don't know. I think Rodgers was saying that we're not selling anybody. We're not selling anybody and we're not buying anybody in. Well, at the moment, nobody's going to fucking want to buy them. And I think we do need to get somebody in because it's just not looking good. But there you go. So after the goal, then they probably nearly scored again, and Schmeichel coming out and making himself look big. But Schmeichel's distribution were fucking woeful yesterday, you know. But then the second half came, and Tielemans had a shot in the first couple of minutes, and it just went wide. It got deflected one, and you're thinking, right, here we go. Rodgers has had him in. He's had his chat with him. We're going to change things because he normally does change things. But then as the second half went on, he didn't really actually change anything. Apart from Harvey Barnes, Harvey Barnes, I don't honestly know. He's been really good, but now it's like he's gone up, and now he's just flatlining, and he doesn't seem to be improving anymore. And I don't know what can be done. That's not my job. I drive a forklift. So he needs to get this sorted. I would stop playing him at the moment and give him a rest and just take him to one side. But he got dragged, and I think rightly so. Here we go, just going down. Notes. Ricard, second half started as the first half finish. Leicester being boxed in. We've had a good couple of clearances from Ricardo. Firmino should have scored in the 54th minute, but it was down to a Leicester error. Again, I think, I can remember writing this down now, watching it, I'm thinking most of Liverpool's stuff have come from errors that Leicester have made. But it was forced errors. They weren't giving Leicester time, and Leicester, you just need to fucking up your game, lads. I mean, none of you fucking Leicester players will watch this. You'll be saying, who the fuck's Blue Van Man, even though I've met Vardy. They'll still be saying, who the fuck are you? Well, I tell you, I'm a fucking fan, and that's it. And there's a lot of fans out there, and we're all saying the same kind of thing. Barnes in the 60th minute, last Leicester got a free kick. Oh, Vardy was off, weren't he? We're down the side, and he got fouled. There were one point I can remember. Virgil van Dijk, he were moaning about an offside, and it was looking like Leicester were getting back into the game. He were crying about offsides and all that kind of thing. You know, and I think Leicester was they actually had a 10-minute spell where Vardy went down the left-hand side and then he got fouled. Leicester were actually up in the game. They upped the tempo. He put Albright on, didn't he, for Barnes, and it was just starting to get going again. It was just like... And then it soon died because they got the fucking third. So that were all it. On for the penalty. It were a penalty when all said and done in this day and age of football. The ball hit his arm. It was a hell of a cross. That Trent, what's his fucking name? I've wrote his name down somewhere. He was fucking brilliant last night, that lad. He were absolutely awesome. He gave Chile a fucking lesson and a half down there on how to play football. So I don't honestly know. It was a penalty. You can't deny it. Schmeichel did his best, you know, trying to put him off and all that. But you ain't going to put Milner off. He's just one of those fucking good players, isn't he? And I see they've given him a fucking. There we go. Oh, there it is. Look, I put a bit about Van Dijk and moaning about that and that. There's just basically not a lot more to say about the game. Leicester were just fucking given a lesson on how to play. Some were saying that Maddison was played out wide and not in his number 10 role. Right. Football players are paid a lot of money to do what a lot of fans would only dream of doing. Now, I don't know how much Maddison's on. I would probably say 50, 60,000, 70,000, and they're on about getting him a new contract and all that to up it and that keep him there. Which is great because Maddison's a talent. But I do tend to think that some of these players are very one-dimensional. Maddison can only play in that little number 10 role where he's and fucking up. Now, if a manager says to you, right, we've got to try something different, and I want you to play out a bit further on the wide, you fucking go out there and you play out on the wide. Maddison looked to me like he got the fucking arse all the way through the game, right? Now, there were one bit where he kicked the ball away. We are behind. Leicester City are behind in the game. We're getting fucking battered. We're chasing the game, and he kicks the ball right down the other end of the pitch. Not even the bit we were fucking attacking. What was the fucking point of that? Right? The people are saying there's reports of Chelsea, Man City, whoever coming in for Maddison. They ain't gonna fucking want him on that display. No, they're not. Because he's just like a fucking spoiled kid. Just fucking grow up. If you want to play for England, if you want to play for Leicester City, and if you want to move on to your fucking team who you supported as a kid, Man United, fucking grow up. And stop kicking the ball away and start leading by example, because football's a fucking hard game. And it doesn't all go your way. And sometimes you have to knuckle down and fucking get on with it. So fucking learn. Third goal, Leicester being opened up down the flanks again. Alexander Trent-Arnold, he was just fucking outstanding. What a talent that lad is. Absolutely unbelievable. He's got vision, he's got pace, he can pass a ball. There's nothing more to say. And then when he scored that fucking goal at the end, well, hold on. I've got to wake the kid up in a minute. So, yeah, that was it. It was... Maddison's got to be able to change his game. Liverpool came and fucking absolutely hammered. There's not a lot more to say, but I can say that if you'd have said to us at the start of the season, you'll be second in the league just after Christmas, 10 points clear of fucking 5th place team. Let's face it, any Leicester fan in the right mind, any football fan in the right mind would have said, yeah, I'll fucking take that, I'll have that. The only problem is, because Leicester have been playing so well and they've been up there, it's frustrating. It's frustrating just because it's going a little bit wrong. The other thing is, I think the problem was that we knew we got Liverpool and Man City game after game at Christmas time. And I think we were worried, or not worried, I think they actually felt a bit of the pressure of trying to keep up with them. And I think with the Norwich and the Everton game, it just added that little bit of, right, we've got to win, we've got to get the points, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. And that's what it is. Also, I would like to say, as I was watching it on Amazon last night, you get the cameramen running on the pitch and they start circling the players and they're all just trying to look at it. And all the football players are doing this now, talking behind their hands so you can't fucking hear them, see what they're saying. But there were too many Leicester City players that were like laughing and joking with the Liverpool players. It was almost as if, I don't know, I think if that had been me, Vardy looked well pissed off. Vardy looked out like all Leicester City players should have been looking. He was shaking the hand, he was showing the sportsmanship, and he looked fucking fed up. It was almost as if I've played fucking 90 minutes of this shit. You know, Vardy's up there again. He's done the masterclass of, not the masterclass, but he's been up there running around trying to shut them down on his own. While the others just like, don't know. And it's just wrong. I fucking hate it when I see all this fucking... It's like when Maddison played against Norwich and they were like, oh, you mean mate, I used to play, and it was like Chilwell the other day against fucking Mahrez when he was like, just fucking get in there and stop fucking about. They won't give a fuck if they'd fucking... They won't be going around shaking your hands if Liverpool got beat last night and fucking laughing and joking. Get a fucking grip, Leicester, or else this is going to end in a bit of a disaster this season. Right, laters.